A beggar knocked on the door of an emperor's palace so early in the morning that the sun hadn't come up yet, so it was still a little dark. The emperor was coming out for his morning walk through his beautiful garden. Otherwise, it would have been impossible for these two to cross paths. The emperor looked at the beggar and he said, "What is it that you want?" The beggar said, "Think twice before you ask me such a question." The emperor has never been in this situation. He's fought wars, he's won victories, he's accumulated riches, yet this beggar stands in front of him and challenges him and tells him to think twice. Suddenly, the beggar says to him again, "Think twice about what you are asking. You might not be able to fulfill it." The emperor said, "Don't you worry about what I can fulfill. That is my concern. That's not your concern. Ask only what it is that you want, and I promise you that I will see it done." The beggar laughed and laughed and laughed, and the emperor could not understand this. The beggar held up his bowl and he said, "You see my begging bowl? I want it to be filled. It does not matter about what. The only condition is that it's full to the top. You can still say no. If what I'm asking is too great, you can say no. But if you say yes, you are taking a risk." Now it's the emperor's turn to laugh because a beggar's bowl, that's nothing to him. The emperor ordered one of his servants to bring out a large load of diamonds so that the beggar would know who he's dealing with. The beggar said again, "Think twice." And it soon became apparent that the beggar was right, because the moment that they poured the diamonds into the beggar's bowl, they simply disappeared. More diamonds, more emeralds, more rubies. This king had tremendous treasures. But within hours, everything was gone. Within hours, it was all gone. But the beggar's bowl was still empty. Word spread like a fire throughout the capital. Thousands upon thousands of people traveled to the capital so that they can witness this miraculous incident. When all the precious stones were finished, the king said, "Bring out all the gold and all the silver." He said, "Bring out everything. My whole kingdom is at stake and my integrity is challenged." But by the end of the day, everything had disappeared into the beggar's bowl. And now there are two beggars, and one used to be the emperor. The emperor turned to the beggar and he said, "Before I fall at your feet and beg your forgiveness, number one, for not keeping my word, and for number two, not heeding your warning to reconsider, you have to tell me." He said, "What is the secret to the bowl?" The beggar looked at him. He said, "There is no secret. I found this bowl." He said, "I found this bowl on a cemetery ground. It is a human skull." He said, "I polished it and I made it look like a bowl. I'm a poor man. I cannot even purchase a bowl. But because this is a human skull, you go on putting things into it and it disappears." That story is tremendously meaningful. Have you ever stopped to consider your own begging bowl? Everything disappears. Power, prestige, respectability, riches, everything disappears. And the begging bowl goes on opening its mouth for more and for more and more. And that more takes you away from the present. The longing, the desire, all of that pulls you away from the present. And maybe there's only two types of people in the world. Maybe the first group, large majority of people, chasing after things to which they will never be fulfilled. And then the second group of people, small, maybe one in a million, they drop all desires, they ask for nothing, and then they find everything. Let me know what you think.